everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Friday and it's April 2nd. All right, we have one meeting today to tell you about. It's actually not a meeting. It's the United New Resident Orientation that is virtual, and it will require that you send an email to becky.jackson@vmsinc.org. And she will send that out to you, and that is from 9 to 10:30 this morning, so you may want to jump on that and be part of that. All right, on our show today, we do have Jeff Parker here to talk to us a little about some of the updated numbers that we have been talking about and reporting, and then we also have a segment with Memorial Care, and we sat down with Dr. Shaw. Let's go ahead and give you our vaccination information that we normally do. Now we have a variety of places that you can get your vaccine. You can go to othina.com, which is the registration portal for you to register for the vaccine pods, which there are 4 of them now here in Southern California. And then we have Rite Aid, which is riteaid.com/COVID-19, CVS, cvs.com, or 1-800-SHOP-CVS. And then El Toro Pharmacy now has the vaccine, 949-859-4440. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. It is warm still. We are looking at a cool down here over the next few days, but not too much. We're at 76.50 today. We're going to have a little fog in the morning on Saturday and Sunday, 76.52, 77.52 for our Easter Sunday. And Monday, a little fog again, 75.54, and then Tuesday, partly cloudy with 72.54. Let's go ahead and take a look at the travel weather. If you are going to the beaches here at 65.54, Santa Barbara 70.52, San Diego 70.54. Now if you're traveling to the high Sierras, wow, they're going to get up to the 60s, overnight 36. Big Bear, same thing, 69.40, Mammoth 60.33. So I think the snow could be melting by now. And Palm Desert, ouch, 98 and a low of 70, so warm out there. Sunrise this morning was at 6:37, and our sunset will be at 7:13. And Gina, lovely shot of this beautiful dandelion. Thank you for sending it in. Nice job. If you have a photo that you'd like to share with our community, please email it to Laguna Woods Village TV@gmail.com. All right, when we return, we will have Jeff Parker, so stay with us.
Why do I love being a doctor at Kaiser Permanente?
My only job is to take great care of my patients. I'm empowered to do what's right for you.
Our digital records mean your medical history is in one place, so I can give you great care.
Your primary care doctor, your specialist. It's great. We all work together as one team.
Our integrated approach to healthcare helps my patients live longer, healthier lives.
I don't just practice here, I'm a patient too. I wouldn't trust my family's healthcare to anyone else.
Now there's a new way to buy a new Lexus. It's called Car Dash, only available at southcountylexus.com. It's amazingly simple. Visit southcountylexus.com, select and reserve your new or pre-owned vehicle that comes with a 5-day love it or leave it guarantee. Apply for credit, calculate your payment, and even appraise your trade-in. You can even have the vehicle delivered, all online, saving you valuable time. Push a button, get a Lexus. At South County Lexus, different is amazing.
At Harvard Eye, we're so happy to be open again to see you for all of your medical and surgical eye care. We're taking great care to protect everyone from COVID-19 by seeing fewer patients, spacing out chairs in the lobby, sanitizing our office constantly, and doing much more. The world is changing a lot, but what hasn't changed is we're honored by your trust and confidence and committed to keeping you safe. We can't wait to see you again.
Welcome back. Well, as I mentioned, we have Jeff Parker here. Hello, happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you too.
You know,
Good Friday.
I know, it is Good Friday, that's right. And you know, I think smiles are on our faces these days. You know, we're really happy to see the numbers going down.
Numbers going down, reopening facilities coming next week and further coming
Right.
down the road. So we're very excited about that. And it just makes everybody, I think, feel just a little bit better about themselves.
Well, exactly, and feeling better about others as well, because so many people have been vaccinated, especially here in the village, 9,000 people, which is such a remarkable feat.
And that's just us, you know, in the sense that at Clubhouse 7 that we were able to accomplish that. And we know a lot of our community has been vaccinated outside of that. So probably if you look at the village, and we don't unfortunately have the stats, we're really pretty close to that 70, 80, maybe even higher percent of everybody in the village that wanted to get vaccinated has been vaccinated.
That's great. That's great. And then, you know, with the additional pods that are now opening here in Southern Orange County, more people can get vaccinated. And they've dropped the age limit to, I think, 50 and over, so that's even better.
50 and over starting April 1st, yesterday. And on the 15th, it goes from age 16 and above on April 15th.
Okay. Well, speaking of all of that, our numbers, like I mentioned, are looking really good. So why don't you share with us what we have?
Real quickly, the cases are 81 cases reported. The important critical element of that, and we're still doing a lot of testing, 13,000 tests. So when you look at that category, it's how many positive cases versus the amount of testing, and then also the amount of your population. So they're all intertwined in the stats that we'll look at. But 81, below 100. We were a little above 100 a couple weeks ago, and steadily moving towards being in that category where we keep dropping down, which is really great. I do want to say, unfortunately, for those out there, and our thoughts and prayers out to family members who have lost 11 residents in Orange County, unfortunately, passing away. But the hospitalizations and the ICUs, and I always kind of focus on that one, we're down to 22 ICU cases, which is very, very, very low. And our hospitalizations at 131 are one of the lowest numbers that we've seen since we statistically were starting to look at this thing back in April of last year.
Now, how are the numbers looking in Laguna Woods as a whole?
Well, we did see a little uptick, but only 3 cases more from a week ago. So we're at 407 cases in the whole community of Laguna Woods. Again, it's not just the village, but the whole community.
Right.
And we did see one additional death that was reported, so we're at 47 there. That 407 is really a phenomenal number, though, when you go back and look at it statistically in that. So kudos to all our residents out there for masking up and social distancing. Continue to do that. We're not done yet. This virus isn't going away quickly. Get vaccinated, social distance, wear your mask when you're out there in the public. But you can be out there.
Right, but we can be out there. That's great. So look at those numbers. It's crazy,
so the really good numbers, obviously, we're all in the orange category, which we moved into on the they designated on the 31st, and we're working at relative to the village here, moving our operations starting Monday, taking reservations today. The test positive rate, the one in the middle there at 1.7, is actually in the yellow category. So if we can get the other 2 to drop down a little bit, they have to get under 2. So that's a little bit of ways to go in that case per 100,000, and the positivity has to get under 2.2. So if they drop down, and when they drop down, then you can move to that next tier after a 3-week time period. So we'll be taking a look at that, and I'm guessing, based on what we know and see, it's a little harder to get there. So we're probably looking at the end of April to drop down into that yellow tier if we keep moving in the direction we're going.
Right, and one thing that you and I were talking about off camera was the fact that today, I believe the CDC announced traveling not as restrictive if you have been vaccinated. So if anyone is interested in knowing more about that, you'll want to go online and look up the CDC, and they have those new parameters these days. So that's great for everybody who wants to go see their grandchildren. Because they are saying, you know, if you are a grandparent and you have been vaccinated, now's the time.
And I would imagine that that's also going to, certainly summer's coming, vacations and all that, graduations, more schools are maybe rethinking that process if they're going to have any kind of limited graduation facility.
Right.
If they're doing that, you know, parents want to go and be there for their kids and stuff like that. So that's great that they can open up.
Absolutely. Now, you and I had sat down earlier this week about the reopening plans, and we do plan to air that again tomorrow for this day. As an overview, just kind of touch on a few things that you think are really important to take away from that.
Probably the biggest thing is that starting Monday, we're going to start to gradually open up Clubhouse 4, which is some of our active ceramics, wood shop, painting, art studios, different environments over there. And so we're going to look at opening those up. They're limited in capacity because we have to have our social distancing. So it is a reservation basis. So go on ActiveNet. Those people that have used ActiveNet, great, get in there, get logged on, you're already set. Those new residents that want to get a reservation, go on ActiveNet. You can go through our website to get there. It's the easiest way to do it. Go on the Laguna Woods website. It'll connect on recreation. That'll take you to ActiveNet, and you can get registered, and then you can start putting yourself down, and you want to get actively involved. A lot of the classes will be from 9 to noon, and then from in the afternoon, basically, from 12:30 to 3:30. And the reason we're doing that is, one, to address the number of people that we can handle. Secondly, make sure that everybody gets an opportunity, so it's not just one person taking up the whole time. We don't want that to happen. And we know that there's a lot of people that want to get engaged again, and so that's great. So we're trying to work this out. We'll make adjustments as it works out next week, and we'll see how that goes. And then as we can move into further activities, we'll do a little bit more outside activities, such as painting outside. We're talking about that. We're going to have limited capacity at our gym at Clubhouse 1 for cardio activities. We can get 7 people in there. We'll still be doing the outside activities. So it's a combination of everything, but we're gradually opening, and as we get further and further into this and lower in our capacity with regards to the requirements, we'll open up more. And in the meantime, we're gearing up staff-wise, hiring people, getting our rec people back, so that we have the capability of managing all of that.
Great, good stuff. I mean, I think next week will be a big week for everybody, and like you said, you can evaluate how it's working, and you can make modifications as time goes on. So, excellent job. Well, you have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter to you. And remember that tomorrow, for this day, we are going to air our conversation that we had with Jeff, and it'll be all about the reopening plans, so you can see what's happening for next week. Stay with us. We'll be right back with Memorial Care.
Mother's Day is coming, and Diane's Hallmark is just the place to get Mom a gift that shows how much you care. Our women's department has gifts for that special someone, including clothing, jewelry, Vera Bradley and Bagolini handbags, Crabtree and Evelyn, and many other great gifts for Mom. Don't forget that our religious department carries a great selection of Christian gifts and Bibles as well. Diane's Hallmark is a Gold Crown store. Come in and experience our personalized service. We're located on Alicia Parkway next to Hobby Lobby.
At our new Memorial Wave Imaging Center in Laguna Woods, formerly Orange County Diagnostics, you can expect the same precise imaging, multiple modalities for your imaging needs, and the same friendly staff with medical providers like Dr. Syed Sharakni. The Laguna Woods Transportation Service offers convenient access right to our door, and we continue to provide the care and compassion that you expect from our new Wave Laguna Woods location.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Dr. Ketan Shah, who is here on behalf of Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center. Well, Dr. Shah, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Lisa.
Now, you're a gastroenterologist over at Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center, and a variety of things that are happening right now with colorectal cancer. But before we get into that, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Well, I'm a native Californian. I was born and raised in Southern California. I did my undergraduate studies at UCLA, then went across town to USC for medical school and business school. I completed a dual residency program in both internal medicine and pediatrics at Duke University in North Carolina. And I quickly came back to California for a gastroenterology fellowship and was lucky to be trained by some of the world's experts at UC Irvine. Then in 2015, I joined the Saddleback Medical Group, and I've been lucky to have been with them since then.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, to go to the East Coast and have been raised here in Southern California, it's nice to get back, isn't it?
It was a change and very nice to get back.
Oh, I bet. Now, colorectal cancer versus prostate cancer. Can you give me a definition of colorectal cancer and then also tell me the differences between that and prostate cancer?
Yes, great question. Both are very common cancers. The prostate is a gland that's in the urinary system and a very common cancer among men. But the colon is otherwise known as the large intestine, and it makes up the last 5 feet of the 25 feet of intestines that we have. Mm-hmm. The rectum is the lower part of the colon, which stores our stool. Cancer of the colon or rectum, or colorectal cancer, is the 4th most common cause of cancer and the 2nd most common cause of cancer deaths in this country. Over 50,000 people die from colorectal cancer each year.
And most people, I think, not necessarily in the medical terms, but call it colon cancer, correct?
That's right. I think the terms these days can be used interchangeably, and someone who has rectal cancer would potentially be considered to have colon cancer as well. But the more broad term is colorectal cancer.
Okay. Now, is there a particular age where people need to be concerned about this?
Yes. I mean, for most cancers, the more common age is when we get older. And so that's why screening is recommended to start around 45 or 50. And I think we'll talk more about that in just a bit.
Yes, exactly. Now, what are some of the things that people can do to reduce their risk of colon cancer?
Yeah, there are several so-called modifiable risk factors, which are things we can do to lower our risk of getting colorectal cancer. They mainly consist of diet, weight, and physical activity. Being overweight, obese, and having inadequate physical activity are risk factors for colorectal cancer. So losing excess weight, maintaining a normal weight, and being physically active most days of the week are protective factors. Mm-hmm. Eating excess red meat and processed meat, as well as smoking and alcohol consumption, are also risk factors. So minimizing these, as well as increasing our intake of fiber, dairy, fruits, vegetables, and calcium, as well as eating a vegetarian diet, are proven to reduce the risk of getting colorectal cancer.
A lot of these diets today really are pushing people to eat more red meat and to eat more protein. So I have a feeling, maybe you can help me understand, are you seeing more cases of concern for colon cancer based on people switching to these kinds of diets?
Well, I think in general, some people's poor eating habits, as well as other poor lifestyle decisions, such as being too sedentary or having excess weight, are all risk factors. And yes, eating excess meat, especially red meat and processed meat, are risk factors and can certainly contribute.
Okay. Now, if someone is feeling different kinds of symptoms, what are some of the things they should be aware of?
Yeah, the most common symptoms of colorectal cancer include like rectal bleeding, anemia, change in bowel habits, and unexpected weight loss. But not to say that everyone with these symptoms has colorectal cancer. The major problem, however, is that when a person has symptoms from colon cancer, then over 50% of the time it's diagnosed at an advanced stage when it's too late to be cured. On the other hand, over 90% of early stage or curable colon cancers are diagnosed during routine screening exams.
Right. And when you say routine screening exams, what are you referring to?
Well, there are several major types of screening. There are several approved methods to screen for colon cancer. In 2017, the 3 major GI societies recommended these tests in 3 different tiers. In the first tier, they recommended either getting a FIT or fecal immunohistochemical test every year or a colonoscopy every 10 years. Mm-hmm. The FIT test is a stool test that people commonly remember as smearing some stool on a card and sending it in. This test is very effective at detecting and lowering the risk of dying from colon cancer. But what many people don't realize is that it has to be done every year to perform at its rated sensitivity, which is that it detects about 80% of cancers. Remember, that means it misses up to 15 to 20% of cancers.
Right.
Colonoscopy is the gold standard for screening for colorectal cancer, which means that all other tests are compared against colonoscopy to determine their sensitivity. A colonoscopy is a commonly performed procedure where a physician like myself inserts a small flexible tube about the size of my little finger that has a camera and a light at the end of it. And we insert this into the rectum and we examine the entire 5 feet of colon. It takes about half an hour. The main benefit of colonoscopy is that we're not only able to detect colon cancer with great accuracy, we are also able to find and remove precancerous growths called polyps during this exam, which allows us to almost completely prevent colorectal cancer before it even develops. Precancerous polyps are extremely common. Up to 50% of people over the age of 50 have precancerous polyps. So it's very important to find and remove these before they ever turn into cancer.
So a question for you, of course, most of us just really don't want to drink that stuff before the exam. Have they come up with something new yet?
Yes, there are various reasons why people are hesitant to have a colonoscopy. And you're right, the most common reason is the prep. And yes, the colon does need to be cleaned out prior to the exam to allow us to detect any abnormalities like polyps or cancer. And yes, this is everyone's or most people's least favorite part. The prep has gotten better though, and there are several lower volume preps and some newer pill preps available on the market. The lowest volume preparation is only 5 ounces of prep per dose, followed by 32 ounces of water. And the taste has also gotten much better too. Other people are concerned about pain during the procedure, which is why we give most patients some sedation to take the edge off. So most people don't really remember their exam. But on the other hand, some people are concerned about being sedated and the side effects of sedation. So some of us do offer the exam without any sedation, and most patients are pleasantly surprised by the experience of having it this way. And about 90% of patients who choose to have their exam without any sedation say that they would choose to have it again the same way. Some patients worry about the possible risks of a colonoscopy, and though we can never guarantee that nothing serious will happen, the overall rate of serious adverse events from colonoscopy is less than 1 in 1,000, and the rate of something very serious like a perforation occurring is less than 1 in 2,000.
Man, well, that's good news. I mean, I really like the fact that they have come up with some new ways for us to feel more comfortable getting this, because I tell you, and I'm actually glad that they changed it from 5 years to 10 years, because then I think our anxiety of getting one is lessened because, oh, well, I didn't have one for 10 years. So, well, good. Well, great information. I appreciate you outlining everything for us. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
All right. And we'll be right back after this.
At the Memorial Care Breast Center, Saddleback, you will always find a friendly face to guide you through your annual mammogram visit. Our staff, dedicated subspecialist breast radiologists, knowledge, and innovative technology awaits your visit to our center. With the Laguna Woods shuttle service right at our sidewalk, this convenient location offers you quick access for your appointment. You can expect nothing but the best for all your breast health needs at Memorial Care Breast Center, Saddleback.
I'm very concerned that patients with stroke, heart attack, sepsis, or other medical emergencies are delaying care. Let me reassure you, it is safe and critically important that you do not ignore the signs and symptoms such as chest discomfort, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, or sudden onset of headache. If you think you may be having a medical emergency, don't wait. Call 911 or go to your nearest emergency room.
Welcome back. Well, let's talk about what kind of movie you can watch today, and I think you're really going to like it. It's called A Star is Born, and it's one of the remakes that we've had 3 of them now. This one is starring Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Lots of singing and very enjoyable. I liked it a lot. And you can watch that today at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 7 p.m. without subtitles. And that is brought to you by Advanced Ear Care. And you'll really enjoy that today, so take a look at that. And then tomorrow, we have what's called News of the World. And this is starring Tom Hanks. And it is available tomorrow at 3 p.m. with subtitles and then 6 p.m. without subtitles. And that's brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. Now, just a reminder that if you are a caregiver or you know someone who is a caregiver and they're taking care of someone with Alzheimer's, you may want to tell them about this virtual meeting that is taking place, and it's happening through July 14th, and it happens every Wednesday, the second and fourth Wednesdays, all the way up to July 14th. It's at 10:30 in the morning until noon, and everything is via Zoom. If you would like to participate in that, you're going to need the link, so you want to email Kathy with a K, .carchidi@alzoc.org, and you guys can all exchange ideas on how to take care of people. So I think that's a great opportunity. Now, Wednesday of next week, there's another drive-through food bank that's being put on by the Saddleback Church of Laguna Woods. However, it's going to be in the parking lot of St. Nicholas Catholic Church, and that'll be from 9 a.m. in the morning until 10:30, and that's right here in Laguna Woods. And if you want more information, you will want to call 949-609-8574 to find out more about that drive-through food bank, and you don't have to get out of your car. And then again, the Theater Guild is having a very fun activity. They would like you to record your grandchild saying something funny, maybe singing a song or doing a joke, or maybe a fun interaction that the two of you might be having. And they want you to send in that 2-minute video by May 1st to splipner@gmail.com. And if you have any questions, you can also email that same email. All right, let's go ahead and tell you about the weather one last time. We are looking at nice warm weather through the weekend even. We're looking at 76-50 today, 76-52 with a little fog, 77-52, then foggy again on Monday morning, 75-54, and then Tuesday partly cloudy, 72-54. If you are traveling here in California, you're heading down to the beaches, the temperatures are 65-54, Santa Barbara 70-52, and they're having an awful lot of low tides going on right now, so you can really get a good look at the water there and the sand. San Diego 70-54, High Sierras 60-36, Big Bear 69-40, Mammoth 60-33, and Palm Springs 98-70. And as I mentioned earlier in our program, we are going to be airing our conversation with Jeff about the reopening plans for tomorrow's episode, Saturday at 9 a.m. But if you would like to rewatch this program, you can watch it again here at 12:30 and 5, or you could go to our YouTube channel, Village Television, and look for This Day. Have a great Friday. We'll see you again tomorrow at 9. Bye-bye.
At Pro Smiles OC, you get Orange County's best and most experienced dentist. Dr. Ivan Ho is an award-winning cosmetic and implant dentist that has been treating patients in South OC and Laguna Woods for over 30 years. Safety and cleanliness is our #1 priority, and now your routine dental work is more comfortable than ever. We use digital x-rays to minimize radiation and digital scans for crowns and inlays in-house, allowing patients to leave with final restorations in the same appointment. Let Dr. Ho and his team give you a reason to smile. Call Pro Smiles OC today.
To Harvard Eye Associates. We're focused on your eye care at all 3 of our Orange County locations.
Our new location in Laguna Hills, Orange, and San Clemente.
Each facility features the latest in advanced technology and diagnostic equipment.
And a trusted collection of doctors that care about your vision and your quality of life.
We deliver what matters to you and your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.